I'm Claire and I'm from Book of Flowers and Gifts, and today we're going to make a pumpkin arrangement. So I got ready earlier and I've scooped my pumpkin, so I just sliced the lid off and scooped out as you would ready for your lanterns. And just to line the bowl of the pumpkin itself, we've just got a piece of cellophane and then push that down and then just trim the excess of the cellophane away. So just go around the rim of the pumpkin bowl and take that away. Like so. And that's all lined, so it should stop it from rotting and decaying too quickly. Okay. Flowers we've got today. Some lovely autumnal flower colours. So we've got gorgeous stem of Chinese lantern. Some red dyed oak leaf. Foliages we've got are leatherleaf and asparagus fern. And in there is some bear grass. We've also got 2 carthamus because I love the orange thistle head. 3 red gerbera. This variety is called ketchup. Wonder why. Birch oak and a deep red chrysanthemum spray for filling in. But as a little treat today, we've got a head of Phalaenopsis orchids as the jewel in the crown. So what we do is we just cut as low to the main stem as possible. We have, you might think, well, that's going to be really tight and nobody's going to see it by the time we get the rest of the flowers in. But we cheat. We use a water file with a rubber stopper on the top, and we just gently push the stem through, and then that's getting water, and that enables you to have extra length. Okay. So just got that ready for doing when I'm ready to place that in. So with your knife we just need to chamfer the edges. So we're cutting off those raw edges like so. And that just makes it smoother, so you've got no sharp edges to cover. It's easier to cover on the bend than it is on the sharp edge. And then start with the leather leaf. I'm going to make mine front facing. I always say to every class that I do, I'm making my idea and design. This is to show you what you can do, but I'm really happy to see people do it their way, so use their own imagination. If you've got a place in your mind where you're going to put the arrangement at home and it's in the middle of a table, don't do it front facing because you're going to see the back of it. So you want to do it all round. You could do it long ways, tall front, whichever way, where it's going, make it suit where the place it is going to be. So just cutting down the leather leaf to get the most out of that one stem, and then you might need to just push the cellophane down a bit, and then we're sweeping down so that all of that's going to be covered. So if I put my pieces in like this and I'm sitting down at the table, you don't want to see that, and that's what you will. So in at an angle and like down, and I'm just repeating around. Take away any pieces that you think are going to go into the oasis. Okay, so basically I've got the skirt ready. That's the front with the foliage in the shape of what I want. Okay, I'll worry about the back at the end with the bits I've got left. So now I'm going to create a tall structure, and I'm going to group my birch, and it's going to look a little bit like a witch's broom sticking out at the top. With the gerbras, for those of you that have not been to class before, we always support wire them. So you've all got wires enough to do this. It's a bit tricky. If you go to the top of the calyx, which is the green part of the underneath of the flower, twist it round to support the neck and then loosely down the stem. We don't pierce the stem because that's like creating a cut which causes bacteria to the flower and it'll die quicker that way. So do it with the 3. So I'll show you again. Calyx here, folding it round the neck and then just loosely wrapped down the stem. They're pretty strong as it is, but when it's going in oasis it will help it make it stand for longer. So there's my 3 ketchup gerbras, support wired. Asparagus fern's one of my absolute favourites. So I'm going to actually have this coming over the leather leaf because I feel like you can see through it, and it acts like a webbing but green rather than white. And I'll just put any odd bits in the top, and then I'm going to save that for the end, I think. So start with the flowers. Gorgeous Chinese lantern. I'm going to leave it that nice long length. With yours you might want to cut it and get 2 stems. If you do, just cut it on the top of the head, the bract. It's like a little bump in the stem itself. Cut it on the slant and that way it'll go in the oasis easier. I'm going to have mine left as 1. And then you can even sort of twist them as if they're coming through out and in between the branches of birch. So I'm next going to create a line of gerbera. So I'm just turning it round so that I don't want to cover the heads because I want to be able to see those lanterns. So I've cut that a tad too short, but not to worry because I'll come higher with this one. So just hold it against your arrangement, measure whereabouts roughly, and then I'm having him or her in between the lanterns so you get to see all your flower heads. There's no point in me covering them. You want to be able to see them all for their own. Okay, so I'm staggering this line so that's stepped in between, and we'll have one coming just here. Then we've got the gorgeous Carthamus, and these are on a spray, and they're on lovely long stems too, so we can leave these at their full length, or we can have some, if you cut some shorter, because we've got to start thinking about getting some of that oasis covered as well. Okay, even these bits with the leaves on, I'm just going to put in the back because that's going to do another job there by covering the back of the oasis. Okay, so again, make every bit work and do a job. I'm just going to turn it to see. I'm going to put some Carthamus over this side. There's my little bit there. So I'm pulling some of the eye over here. And we'll have a nice piece in there. Okay. Now, my lovely red oak is going in next. This can be broken up and brought throughout the arrangement. This is going to break up the green and pull the autumn colours nicely through. So I got like 3 pieces out of that. Some of you have got big leaves. So what I suggest, you can put them in full, that's fine. If you do that, rip your leaf at the bottom and cut on the slant. So you've got plenty of stem in the oasis. So I'll do that with that one. And then with this one, I'll show you another idea of ripping the bottom of the leaf away, cut it on the slant and pierce through about 2/3 of the way up the leaf by the vein, roll it in, and that's another way of utilising your leaves in a different way. But all these bits are going in, nothing's wasted. This, for those of you that don't know, this oasis is brown. Does anyone know why?
Is it camouflaging with the colours that you're
It's
using?
not.
It's on its holidays.
It's on its holidays, yeah. It's been on the sunbeds. No, it's because it's biodegradable.
Ah.
So we're trying our hardest to cut out all stuff that doesn't break down very easily. So Oasis have come up with this, which breaks down, I think it's 50% better than the green.
That's good.
They can't get rid of cellophane totally because that's what holds the water. But our wraps on our bouquets are all eco-friendly paper now. So we are really trying. Even brides' bouquets we're doing on chicken wire so that you can use the wire later as well. So we're really trying to push ourselves to go with it and do our little bit. So I've got my bear grass coming out. Just have it shooting off there. Then my orchid, I cut down the stem itself and I'll have that as the focal. You might want to put the focal in yourselves a little bit earlier than this. It's up to you. So have it so that you see the fullness of the flower. And now I've got my chrysanths. So use every stem, cut it as tight as you can to the leading branch, because again the length on these will come in really handy, and your last one you can keep as long as you want to. Okay, so these are going to come in between the carthamus at the front, and really tall ones can come higher and through. Okay, so these are all cut on the slant with a good length of stem to go into that oasis. And even your shorty shorts can go in at the side. And there's, you see any spaces that haven't got many flowers, just pop them in there nicely. Ooh. And we'll have that one there. And then use all my buds. So we've still got this. We don't leave that because that's like not finishing the job properly. So I've got my leather leaf here and I've got a few more of the leaves that weren't the best. So I'm going to roll this leaf and show you the technique again, where you just cut it on the slant, 2/3 of the way down by the main vein and push in. So that's a good lot covered. I think I'll do the same again above it. 2/3, pierce the vein. Okay, and then I've got my leather leaf, which I can just fill in the side. If you turn it round and look at the sides, you can see bits that are just missing. I've saved my little bit of asparagus fern that I'm just going to place over there. That's called veiling, that technique, so that it's going over the flower but it's not blocking it, so you can still see through. And for a little bit of Halloween fun, I've got a spider. What? And that's our Halloween pumpkin arrangement. So it's over to you. Come this way.